We're back with On the Road of Recovery with Pierre from Lakewood. How are you doing today?
Doing good.
Thanks so much for coming out and joining us. Could you start off by describing your childhood?
Um, well, my childhood, I had good parents. My childhood it was kind of hard. It was kind of difficult because we used to cover things up all the time, act like it wasn't there, right? Things would happen and we would act like and push it under the rug like it didn't exist. And we all know if we don't face what exists, that means it's going to persist. I got in a lot of trouble, and I would just hang out with the wrongest people because I was looking for someone to like pay attention to me, to show me love, to like just to spend time together. But my mom and dad, they was loving though. They was loving. That's why I don't understand it. I'm like, what was it? But then I come back to what it was. I had got molested when I was like 5 years old. I got molested when I was 5 years old, and that's what it was. It was just like a kid doesn't know how to process some of these things. Right. And if you have a family that's brushing everything under the rug like it don't exist,
right,
then it gets worse. When I was about like 14, 15, that's when I started like hanging out with the wrongest people in school, and it just started getting worse and worse. And when I turned 16, I started to like smoke weed. I started to like smoke weed, drink a lot, like every day type of thing. It made me feel numb. I would already say RUN, running until numb, right? I was running until I felt numb. But that numbness only lasts for so long, which means you're gonna keep feeding that. And I just felt like I was just like in a loop. I just felt like I didn't have to worry about anything. It just like took away the worries.
Right. And would you say that you have, were there any consequences that came about during that period of time?
I was like a nervous wreck. I would worry about everything. I would like get high because I did cocaine. I smoked cigarettes. I drank every day till where I wasn't doing anything. I was just watching TV, just not having a purpose and not even having a target or goals.
So what happened, or what was your life like that you decided, I want something different?
Well, my mom and dad died.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
They died in 2019. My mom died from liver failure. She died from cirrhosis of the liver. My grandfather died from drinking a lot. And a lot of people in my family drink a lot. And I say it's time to break this curse. Like somebody has to do it, right? Because we got to start a new path, right? And I decided to sit in my pain because that's the only way to get out of it is by experiencing it. It's by experiencing it and let yourself feel to heal. So I decided to sit in my pain for a good month. I sat in my house and just thought about everything.
And did you seek outside help at all? Did you reach out to?
Yeah, I did. You want to know what I did?
Yes, please.
I was searching online for things, so I just found like people like in entrepreneurship, and they do a lot of research and they like learn a lot of stuff. So I got in a program that teach you about entrepreneurship, the mind, how your mind works, how to communicate with people. So I used everything that they was teaching me in this program, how to use it on myself, how to communicate with myself more. And church was the main thing that I did. I went back to church, went to my church, Resurrection Church, that my cousin introduced me to. And when I started going to that church, a lot of these things that was inside of me started to break loose one day at a time. And it creeped in, I didn't even notice it, but every day I was changing. Every day I was changing. And then all of a sudden, I would have bad days. I would think in my head, all right, I want to drink. Then I was like, nope, I'm going to sit in my pain today. Is I write down my thoughts and I take inventory on my feelings, because sometimes our feelings control our thoughts, or sometimes our thoughts control the way we feel. So I will write poetry and write down my thoughts, how my mind is thinking. I'm going to learn to become more myself and get to know myself more.
So what dreams do you have for yourself that maybe, or as part of your future, that are possible today that would not have been an active addiction?
Oh shoot. Some of the things that I've done since then in like 3 years, I'm serious, you can regain all your time back. I swear, you could lose like 10 years and regain it back in 1 year. And sometimes as an addict, we try to do all these things too quickly, but we could regain our whole life back by just taking baby steps.
Right.
Like, I'm serious. You could gain 10 years of your life back just by taking one baby step into changing.
Yeah. So, can you describe feelings that you have today that you have in sobriety that you would not have had? You talked about some of that despair and darkness in active addiction, and you have a really happy personality now. Can you describe the kind of feelings that you experience on a pretty consistent basis?
My energy's changed. Like the way that I feel about myself. Like I could look in the mirror, I'm like, Piere, today's gonna be a good day. It's great. I woke up today. I'm not walking around sluggish like I used to, right? I like to talk to people instead of hide out somewhere, because like being an active addiction, we always trying to hide out from the world because we feel ashamed and guilty.
Yes.
Like
So that's
this is really
that acceptance that you're talking about is just, that's so many people are searching for how to find acceptance.
Yeah.
You shared a little bit earlier about the trauma that you experienced as a child and the loss of your mother. How have you been able to work through those, some pretty tragic feelings and whatnot? How do you work through?
Well, my mom died. My dad died 6 months later.
Oh.
So, and this was when I was quitting smoking, drinking, and doing drugs. And then all of a sudden, my dad died. And this is all when I was trying to quit. So I didn't. You know what that made me realize?
Right. What?
That's just something trying to break me, but it's actually making me stronger. So I was like, you know what? I'm about to start working out now. So I started putting myself through more pain, like doing things that made me more uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because I was like, if I feel uncomfortable when my dad just died, I cried a lot. I just what would I say? Allow, be aware, allow, and release.
Okay.
I became aware to how I was feeling. I allowed them to happen, and then I released them. Some days it's just to sit there with God and talk to him, right? And sit there with myself and learn what I like and what I don't like. Learn what makes me feel good, what doesn't make me feel good. Focus on how can I serve other people. Because the more that you serve other people and you help other people, you start to feel really good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and this feels like really good. Yeah.
Do you have any words of hope that you could share with someone who is trying to get sober and really struggling?
I would always tell them to realize that it's okay, and we don't know what we don't know, and it's okay to love yourself where you're at. It's okay to love yourself where you're at. And that's why I say for other people, it's okay to love other people where they're at. And we got to get the stigma that out of the way that people in addiction are bad people, because they're really, really nice people. They like really love. These are the people that really, really love hard. And the world try to break that love. And when you break the love with someone like that, they try to look for love somewhere else. Because they love so hard.
Right. I cannot thank you enough. Some of the points that you talked about, acceptance and moving through pain and growing, were just, beautiful descriptions of really what recovery is all about. So thank you so much.